What's up gamers, in today's video I'm going to be comparing a dragon versus a shark girl. Since Mualani is just around the corner and Neuvillette is, well, Neuvillette, a lot of people are wondering who is better between the two of them. So in today's video I'm going to be comparing their free-to-play levels, who's easier to build, who's easier to play, and so much more. So since I hate long intros, and I know you probably do too, let's get straight into the video. With Natlan coming out right around the corner and all these new characters coming out pretty soon like Mualani, Kinich, and even the Pyro Archon, you already know loads of people are going to be wailing their hearts out on these banners. And it's better to start now so you can prepare when you see a Chi-Chi on your screen. And that's where LootBar comes in. LootBar is 100% safe and allows you to buy Genesis crystals in the shop at a discount, only requiring your UID and server. On Genshin, the price to buy this Genesis crystal pack is $100, but on LootBar, it's only $85, saving you 14 bucks. And on top of that, if you're a new user, you get 5% off. LootBar sends you your Genesis crystals through the official Hoiverse channel, and after making a purchase, expect it to arrive in 30 minutes or less, with mine arriving in only 45 seconds. Content creators like Dukaja, Jello Impact, and Teva Times have all used LootBar because it's 100% safe, so make sure to check the link in the description and pinned comment, get redirected to LootBar's official website, and get those promos ready. Thank you LootBar for sponsoring today's video. But like always, let me start off by saying that both Neuvillette and Mualani are great Hydro main DPS characters, and you should never feel pressure to pull for one over the other just because they do slightly higher damage. Really just pull for whoever you like. Do whatever you want with your primo gems, but in terms of ease of use, I think that Neuvillette has to take the win in this one, and this is primarily because he's just so easy to use, because all you really need to do is his skill on burst, use support stuff, and then just Kamehameha the enemies. Sure, you might get hit a couple of times, but this can be solved depending on the characters you pair with him and your team comp. And if that's your main problem, running a shieldar like Zhongli or Baiju can help. On top of that, him being able to heal himself by sucking up balls makes him just super easy to play because of his great sustainability, while on the other hand, Mualani isn't necessarily hard to play because all you really need to do when playing her is hit the enemies with a shark. In single target situations, this is pretty easy, and also in AoE, but sadly it requires one more brain cell than playing with Neuvillette, and when you play Genshin, every brain cell counts, and Neuvillette simply just can't be beat at the moment, so that's why I'm giving this point to Neuvillette when it comes to ease of use. But now let's talk about who has more free-to-play friendly teams, and well, Neuvillette does have a lot of great teams, but most of his best teams are really not free-to-play friendly, as most of them consist of mostly faster characters, such as this team with him, Furina, Kazuha, and Baiju, or the exact same team but with Zhongli. He can also be played with Fischl, Kazuha, and Zhongli, but yet again, it literally only has one 4-star, which is Fischl, and that's the same for many of his other best teams, like this team and this team. Now, what's funny about these two characters is the fact that when it comes to weapons and team comps, they are quite literally almost the exact same, because Mualani can be played in this Neuvillette team as well as this team, but at the end of the day, a lot of characters that work well with Neuvillette work well with Mualani. So for Synergies, they would get both points. But Mualani has this team, this oh so glorious team with literally only 4-star characters, which is just amazing for all free-to-play players. And she also has this team with literally only one 5-star, which is also really good. And what's crazy about these teams is that they aren't mediocre and just simply other options, but they actually help her do a lot of damage and are actually pretty good. And I'm not trying to say that Neuvillette doesn't have any free-to-play friendly teams, I'm just saying that Mualani has more, and they're better suited for helping her do more damage. So overall, Neuvillette takes the point for ease of use and character synergy, while Mualani takes the point also for character synergy and free-to-play friendly teams. Now let's talk about the flexibility in general, and I'm going to give this point to Neuvillette. This is because the fact he's flexible is also in his gameplay, and this is great because he fits in two scenarios, single target and AoE situations. If you were to play in the Spiral Abyss and use Neuvillette against a single boss, she is going to be just as good against that one boss as he would be in multiple enemies, meaning he is more flexible in different situations. On the other hand, Mualani, she's really good in single target, and she isn't necessarily bad in AoE, but she does want to come close and personal with enemies, whereas when playing Neuvillette, his charge attacks have really good range, so it's way easier to play with him, and therefore Neuvillette gets a point on this one. Also, if you're enjoying the video, why not consider liking, subscribing, and joining my Discord down below. It's a super fun Discord server where we talk about Genshin, Honkai Star Rail, Withering Waves, Zenless Zone Zero, and so much more. We have so many funny members there that even form their own cult with such names like this and this. And I also like to host giveaways from time to time, so if you enjoy getting free stuff from simply just being in a Discord server, it literally only takes less than 1 second to join. So be sure to click the link in the description or pinned comment to join one of the best Genshin Impact Discord servers. But now let's talk about their best artifact sets. The reason as to why this is very important to talk about is because Mualani is a new character that is going to be getting getting a brand new domain and artifact set. And some people might just want to clear the current abyss, or just simply don't want to spend 3 years of their life in one new domain grinding for the perfect pieces. Whereas Neuvillette has had his domain since the launch of Fontaine, and they might already have really good pieces ready for him. So that's why it's very important. Also, knowing if the artifact domain they're going to be grinding in forever can be used on multiple other characters other than just one is useful. But with that out of the way, let's start with Marchese Hunter. Its 2-piece simply increases the normal attack and charge attack damage of the wielder by 15%, and its 4-piece increases crit rate by 12% if the user's HP increases or decreases for 5 seconds, stacking up to a max crit rate of 36%. This set is really good for Neuvillette and a lot of other Fontaine characters like Lenny and Risley, but it also works with Hu Tao Gaming and someone like Ato. And the craziest part about this set is the fact it also works as a good set for Mualani. But now for her best artifact set, Obsidian Codex. Its 2-piece increases the on-field character's damage by 15% if they're in Night Soul's Blessing, and the 4-piece increases crit rate of the equipped character by 40% for 6 seconds after they consume 1 Night Soul's point. This set is Mualani's best set, but in reality, it can only be used by Natlan characters like her and Kinich, and it doesn't really work well with other characters that we have available. Whereas with the Marchese Hunter, it is very universal, and seeing as it can be used on Mualani, who is a Natlan character, I wouldn't be surprised if it could also be used with many more characters down the line. So therefore, I'm going to give this point to Neuvillette. But anyways, in my opinion, Neuvillette is the better Hydro DPS because of how universal he is, how good he is in multi-wave situations and AoE situations, his self-healing / sustainability, and his really high damage. But both Mualani and Neuvillette are really good DPS characters, and honestly the difference between these two is kind of minute, so it isn't really something big, and in my opinion you should go for whoever wins in the category you feel is best for you. If you want someone that is universal and is good for most content, then pull for Neuvillette. If you want someone that does really big screenshot damage and you like exploring and speedrunning bosses, pull for Mualani. It really just depends on your personal opinion. So do whatever you want, and remember to use my LootBar link in the description if you're going to be summoning for any of the future Natlan units. Anyways, thanks for watching, bye.